Hey guys, this is Kelly Stinton with Chapter 7 of Zombicorns by John Green. So sit back and enjoy. Chapter 7. There are many schools of thought about cars in the AZ. Given that basically any vehicle is available to you, choosing a car is one of the very few unambiguous joys of the whole affair. Some people go for the big SUVs that can, in a pinch, mow over a gaggle of Zs. Some argue that you want tinted windows because Zs are too stupid to know cars are driven by humans unless they can see the human. Anyway, there are a lot of theories about which cars are safest. I drive a 1997 canary yellow Chevrolet Corvette because it's fast as hell and can turn on a dime. Here's how it worked. Every morning I drove up to Lincoln Square, my old neighborhood, where I'd lived in a narrow house across the street from the Brauhaus, this crazy German beer hall where old men put on lederhosen and danced with their ancient hip-replacemented wives atop long wooden tables. You could drink beer out of big glass boots at this place, and my parents loved going there, because they both spoke German, and the people at the Brauhaus really appreciated it when you spoke German, because generally the neighborhood was becoming so gentrified and waspy. So at the Brauhaus, they kind of hated kids, but because Mom and Dad spoke German, and because Holly and I knew a little German, they loved us. They made us special grilled cheese sandwiches off menu because Holly and I hated sausages and schnitzel. And the old guys would come right up to us while we were eating and ask us to dance, and we'd get on top of the tables with them, right near our plates, and dance with our feet in their huge black, clunky old German guy shoes. And my parents would laugh. I could see them holding hands under the table, even though they were trying to be sneaky about it. Right. So, every morning I put Mr. President in the passenger seat and rolled down the window just enough for him to get his nose outside, and then drove the Corvette up to Lincoln Square, and precisely at 9 a.m. I came to a tire-squealing halt outside the Brauhaus, and then I reached into the Corvette's tiny back seat, grabbed a piñata, and tossed it out of the window toward the perpetually dark doorway of the Brauhaus. Different piñata every day. A sombrero, a pony, a unicorn, whatever. I kept a huge collection of them in an apartment building on Giddings Street, in the basement apartment that had once been occupied by an old lady who stared at Holly and me whenever we'd walk by on our way to the park. There were thousands of piñatas sitting in the party supply stores of Chicagoland, and if the storefront windows hadn't already been shot out by someone else, I had plenty of ammo to do it myself. For whatever reason, I seemed to be the only person interested in piñata-specific looting in the entire metro area, because even after many months, the piñata supply still seemed infinite. I stuffed the piñatas with some candy and some mini boxes of sugary cereal, and I always made sure to include 2 or 3 of those protein bars that are stocked in the health and nutrition section of the drugstores all over town. The bars had the protein little Z's like Holly needed. After I threw the piñata against the Brauhaus door, I'd drive a little further down Lincoln Avenue and then pull a wheels-screeching 180 and watch from a distance as she slouched across the street and descended upon her piñata, tearing it apart, focused and ferocious in the way Z's disemboweled their food, whether human or other animal. Every morning I watched her dig into it face first, eating the crepe paper, and then getting to the unwrapped candy and protein bars, devouring everything. You can train Z's to come to the same place every day at the same time. In the early days, the army used this to set up food traps for them, and when they walked into the trap, they'd be electrocuted. Humanely. They always said that on the news. It's a humane solution. It was, of course, neither humane nor a solution. I got the idea for feeding Holly from those traps, and so I was able to see her alone, once each day, away from her gaggle. Her skin was the same pale as any other Z's, her eyes predictably vacant and hollow, her black pupils ringed in yellow. Her stringy hair had started clumping into what we called Z-dreads. She had the Z-slouch, made the Z-grunting noises empty of meanings, and, except for this daily moment, she spent her Z-days with her Z-gaggle tending to a huge cornfield that stretched from the east bank of the Chicago River to the Wells Park, sneaking its way through the contiguous defenced backyards of my old neighborhood. She and her gaggle of a few dozen spent their days and nights with the corn, sleeping amid it, working on it, pausing only to drink and eat enough to continue their service. She was gone, my sister, and I knew that, but each morning when she pulled her face from that piñata, I got to see her mouth smeared with chocolate as it had been so often in the bees. Her little mouth, Her narrow chin, her fingers long and thin like mine, and like her mother's. Holly was well and truly Z'd out, but still she looked more like me than anyone left on the planet. And seeing her made me feel the only thing I am still capable of feeling besides hope and dread. I loved her, and so I took care of her. I came to the conclusion a while ago that there is nothing romantic or supernatural about loving someone. Love is the privilege of being responsible for another. It was, for a time, what kept me going. Every morning for a little while, I got to feel the weight of the yoke on my back as I pulled the ancient cart of my species. Alrighty, so that was Chapter 7 of Zombicorns by John Green, as read by me, Kelly Stinton. We're pretty much done with the story for today, but I do have a couple of things to say, so if you want to listen to that, then stay. If you don't, then go away. Anyways, someone messaged me with a question. They noticed in, I think it's chapter 2 and 5, I'm not certain, but there's a paragraph where I sound like I'm about to burst out laughing. Um, Generally, when you hear an emotion in my voice that isn't supposed to be there, it's probably because it's about the 18 millionth time I'm recording that paragraph. There are a couple of words and phrases John uses that just really get me, and there was one in the last chapter, and it was like, battery powered, I can't even say it now, battery powered video baby monitor or something, and I kept saying battery powdered video baby. I forget what I was saying, but it was really bad, and it took me about 10 minutes to get just like that one line right. And today it was hip replacemented and contiguous. So yeah, if you hear an emotion that is not supposed to be there, I can't hear it when I'm listening and editing. But it's because I'm fed up with that sentence. Or I'm imagining doing voiceover work with one of my favorite stars, which happens on occasion. Anyways, comment and rate. No, you can't rate anymore. Comment and like it if you'd like. I've decided to leave this end part unedited because someone said they wanted to hear me unedited. I don't know why. But yeah, comment if you liked it. Like it if you liked it. Share this with people you want to listen to it, and if you think you have something you'd like me to read, be free to send it to my email address at reading_wench@yahoo.com, or just my username, which is readingwench, and just put like the underscore between the reading and the wench at yahoo.com. It's not that hard. Okay. I love you guys. Bye. Hi guys. Okay, so just one quick last note. I'm actually in Windows Movie Maker right now. But okay, so I don't know exactly who to give credit to for this picture. I saw a link to it on the little message board thing where you can go and read Zombicorns for yourself. I think it might be someone at College Humor. I'm not completely certain, but yeah, I love it. It's awesome. Um, and I was kind of getting tired of the cover art. So yeah, there's this now. Yay! Okay, talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye bye.